Imagine the gas light on your dashboard has been glowing for an hour. The snow outside is piled 3 feet high against your door. You are stranded on a remote road and you know that help is not coming tonight. You have to make a decision. If you keep the engine running, you will run out of gas by morning, leaving you with 0 heat when the temperature drops to its lowest point. But if you turn the engine off now, the temperature inside the cabin will drop to freezing within 45 minutes. So you reach for the keys to shut it down. Stop. Do not turn that key yet. There is a specific shutdown protocol that you must perform while the engine is still hot and the battery is still charged. Most people just turn the car off and curl up in a ball. This is a fatal mistake. Once that engine dies, you lose your primary survival tool. You lose your heat source, your electricity, and your ability to melt snow. If you don't perform 5 specific tasks before you kill the ignition, you are setting yourself up for hypothermia before the sun comes up. In this video, we are breaking down the exact 5-step checklist you need to execute in the final 10 minutes of engine power. These are the actions that turn your car from a metal coffin into a survival shelter. Let's start with the most immediate resource, heat. When you're driving, you usually have the climate control set to a comfortable temperature, maybe 70 degrees. But if you are planning to cut the engine to save fuel, comfortable is no longer the goal. Maximum saturation is the goal. Step number 1 is the heat soak. 10 minutes before you turn off the car, turn the heat up to the maximum setting. I mean all the way up. Turn the fans to full blast. You want to make the cabin uncomfortably hot. You want to heat up the dashboard, the leather of the seats, the steering wheel, and the roof liner. Why? Because of thermal mass. Objects hold heat longer than air does. If you turn off the car when the air is warm but the seats are cool, the car will freeze instantly. But if you soak the solid objects in the car with high heat, they will radiate that warmth back into the cabin for an extra hour after the engine dies. While the heat is blasting, take your water bottles or metal cups filled with snow and place them on the dashboard directly in front of the vents. Use this last burst of energy to melt as much water as possible. You cannot melt snow efficiently with body heat alone. Use the machine while it is running. Step number 2 involves your connection to the outside world. Once the engine stops, your alternator stops. That means your limitless supply of electricity is gone. You are now running on the car battery, which will die very quickly in the cold, or your phone battery. Do not wait until the car is off to make your calls. While the engine is running and your phone is plugged into the charger, perform the digital audit. First, check your signal. If you have a signal, send a text message to 3 reliable contacts. Do not call. Calls often fail in bad weather. Texts require less bandwidth. Send your precise location, your status, and your plan. Here's the trick that 99% of people miss. Change your voicemail greeting. If your phone dies or if you lose service, people will keep calling you. They will fear your standard greeting. Hi, leave a message. Change it to a survival update. This is my name. It is 6 p.m. I am stuck on Highway 50 near mile marker 10. I am safe but conserving battery. I will check messages at 8 a.m. This tells rescuers exactly where you are and that you are alive, even if your phone is dead in your pocket. Do this before you pull the plug. Step number 3 requires you to step outside into the storm. I know you don't want to leave the warmth, but this is non-negotiable. You need to clear the kill zone. When a car sits idle in a blizzard, snow drifts around the rear bumper. This creates an air pocket that traps exhaust gases. Even if you plan to turn the engine off, you will likely need to turn it back on later to warm up. If you wake up freezing at 3 a.m. and turn the key without checking the pipe, you could be dead in 20 minutes. Carbon monoxide poisoning happens when the exhaust is blocked and gas is forced under the car and into the cabin floor. While the car is still running and the tailpipe is hot, get out and dig a trench behind the exhaust. Clear the snow at least 3 feet back. Make sure the wind is carrying the snow away from the vehicle. While you're outside, clear the air intake vents at the base of your windshield. If these get clogged with ice, your heater won't work when you turn the car back on. Do this maintenance now, while you have the energy and the heat, not later when you are hypothermic. Now you're back inside. The heat is soaked into the seats. The messages are sent. The pipe is clear. Step number 4 is preparing your sleeping arrangement. The moment the engine dies, the windows become your enemy. Glass has an insulation rating of almost 0. It's a hole in your thermal envelope. You need to insulate the windows before the cabin gets cold. Take your floor mats, the carpeted ones or the rubber ones, and wedge them into the windows. Use duct tape if you have it, or just jam them into the frame. If you have extra clothes, luggage, or sunshades, cover the glass. You are building a nest or a sarcophagus. Do not plan to sleep sitting up in the driver's seat. This restricts blood flow and makes you colder. Recline the passenger seat or climb into the back. Gather all your blankets and coats. But here is the critical warning. Do not put them on yet. If you put all your heavy clothes while the heater is still blasting, you will sweat. Sweat is death. Prepare the blankets, build the nest, but wait until your body actually feels a chill before you layer up. Stay dry at all costs. Finally, we arrive at step number 5, the signal. When a blizzard hits, everything turns white. Your car, whether it's red, black, or blue, will soon be a white mound on the side of the road. Snowplows operate blindly in these conditions. They look for poles and reflectors. They do not look for buried sedans. Many stranded motorists survive the cold only to be crushed by a snowplow or struck by another vehicle because they were invisible. Before you shut down the power, you need to make your car scream for attention. If you have a hazard triangle, put it out, but more importantly, tie something onto your antenna or your door handle, a red scarf, a bright orange shirt, a yellow bag, anything that contrasts with white. Place it on the side of the car facing traffic. If the snow has stopped falling, clear the roof and the hood. A clean colored car is visible to search and rescue helicopters. A snow-covered car is invisible. Do not rely on your hazard lights. They will drain your battery in a few hours, leaving you with no way to start the engine later. Use physical signals rather than electrical ones. Now, and only now, are you ready to turn the key. Let's review the state of your survival shelter. The interior is superheated. Your location is broadcasted and voicemail updated. The exhaust path is dug out and safe. The windows are insulated with mats, and the exterior is marked with a visual signal. You turn the key. The engine stops. The silence is sudden and heavy, but you are not panicking. You are not scrambling in the dark. You have transitioned from a driver to a survivor. Now, check your watch. Set a mental timer. Depending on your fuel level, you will only turn the car back on for 10 minutes every 3 to 4 hours. When you do turn it back on, you will crack the window for fresh air, check the pipe again, and reheat the thermal mass. Survival is not about luck, it is about procedure. The 10 minutes before you sleep determine if you wake up. Most people panic and shut down too early. They waste the heat, they waste the battery, and they leave themselves vulnerable to the gas. Don't be a victim of the cold. Be the master of your environment. Take a moment to memorize this list: heat soak, digital audit, exhaust check, insulation, and signal. If you found this protocol useful, hit the like button so the YouTube algorithm warns other drivers before the winter storms hit. Preparation is the only insurance that pays out instantly. Stay warm, stay safe, and thanks for watching.